Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is the Forgotten Isles. This is a new mod map out by MapsByMako. 280.44 megabytes download. This is a really quirky one and I like it. I like it a lot. Over the last few days, different things have been coming out, different mods, and different things have been happening. It's been making me think about the new version of the game when that comes in probably a year's time. About things that we could have in the game. Watercress, that's something I reckon we should have. Anyway, that being said, what does the map look like? It looks like this. And it is a selection, I guess, of little islands, separated by marshland and wetland, out to a big lake here to the northwest. On New Farm Up, we start with Plot 2, which takes in a few fields and these two farm areas here. That entire plot will only cost you 97,848 anyway. But when we get down there, we'll talk about slot count and there will be like a warning, I guess, that will come with that. I do like the fact we've got some of these round fields, like the round irrigation fields with the pivot irrigation, which is quite cool. We haven't got the irrigation with it, but we have got the round fields. We've got some large and expansive forestry areas. We've got, I mean, it's got a lot of different zones, I guess is the best way of putting it. And then down here in the southeast, well, we'll get down there later on. It says in the description, but it's mind-blowing. And here as well, and you'll see when we get down there. We've got a key up the top here, which kind of helps out a little bit. There's no extra crop types thrown in. Contracts are available on this map. We'll talk about build mode and things that have been added in by the map maker in a moment. As far as field prices and plots go, not too expensive really. 20 grand for that one. 34 grand for that one. We go up to the larger plots here for large forestry. And when I say large forestry, there are trees on there, not really tightly packed. There's a lot of nice flat areas down here in the southwest. We've got these mesas, and again you'll see when we get down there, we've got a lot of placeable areas around the map that can be purchased. We've got one there and we've got one here. There's a few dotted around the map for purchasing, for placing whatever you want on it, with some really clever features on it as well. But the clearing of trees, if you don't want to do logging, there are plenty of mods out there that can allow you to remove trees pretty quickly, which gives you nice big flat open expanses for either pasture land or grass work or whatever you want to do. So I kind of like the idea. Now we do have the ability to also purchase the water, the waterways and the lake bit and the top section up here, which has got a few of the sell points and stuff on. Again, that's zero to buy any of that. That becomes relevant because of one of the mods that's involved. And I think pretty much the entire map can be purchased. There's no points on this map that can't be, as far as I can tell, which is pretty cool. Now we start here along this little causeway between two sections of water, and we have our pickup. Now, when we jump in, you'll see bottom right, there's not much fuel and it needs a lot of repair. A lot of the vehicles are going to require work. That telehandler you can't get out. That's stuck. I like that. It's little quirky features like that make me smile. I'm amazed this is only 280.44 megabytes. There's a lot of detail on here as far as download go. I think that's incredible. It does. The Platinum DLC would be recommended because one of the sell points is for wood and wood containers. So if you're running the Platinum DLC, there is a place here for the wood containers, but the spinnery and the sawmill are both standard spinneries and sawmills. They're not Platinum DLC ones on the map. What I am going to do, just in case, we're going to stop at the gas station. I'm going to put some fuel in. I don't mind that there's no repair on the vehicle, but I think we could probably do with some gas. When I did my kind of whiz around the map and have a look, familiarise myself, I'm not going to say we ran out of fuel. I mean, we might have run out of fuel, but I'm not going to say we did, because that would be embarrassing. Of course it would. To my right, we've got Trekker's Clothing Sell Point. It's features like this. And like I say, they're dotted around all over the place. There's harvesters broken down, and you got a vehicle there that's in the process of being used. It's just a nice feature. We have got our supermarket sell point just there, behind the building. If we turn down here onto the docks, We come down to the dock here and the marina to our left. Did I just turn that off? I meant to turn that. I did. I turned it off. We've got the biomass heating plant, and we've got the debris crusher. There's two mods on it. Oh, that's what I was going to show you, wasn't I? We were going to build mode. I was just about to say that. Everything is pretty much standard production chain, apart from two factories that have been adjusted. It's a little bit misleading in the description, but I'll explain when we get down there. So we go into build mode. We've got nothing under sheds. Under silos, out on the end, we do have that one there, the Farmer 400 bulk, but that's an 850,000 litre, and that is a multi-fruit silo. We do have one of those on the farm. Nothing under silo extensions. Under containers, we do have water tanks. There's a few of those dotted around the map, and we have got a large petrol tank mod available. Under tools, out on the end, we've got the cargo container workshop, which we'll see later on. If we then go to factories, we go to production, factories. Out on the end there, we've got a bakery and we've got a cereal factory. Now, it does say in the description with extra products. It doesn't make extra products. Neither of these make extra products, but they require more products for the production of, in that case, bread and cake, in that case, the cereal. So, yeah, it just means you've got to bring more stuff to them to produce the same things. So we're not getting extra products to make, just more stuff required. There wasn't anything under sell points. Under greenhouses, we've got some greenhouses modded. These require extra fertilizers, but they require all of them as well. Again, we'll see two of those later on. You do start with, on New Farmer, two medium ones of those already there at the main farm. So rather than just requiring water, they do require seed and lime and liquid fertilizer and manure. So yeah, quite a bit extra. There was nothing under orchards, but under generators, and this is why I said about it's important about the water. We've got this, the hired fishing hand. That'll earn you 13,776 per month, depending on how many days in the month you've set it out, but that's what you'll earn per month. And it looks like this. Now, I don't own the land, but once you've purchased, if 40, I mean, actually, that's probably what I should do, because it's not going to cost me anything to do it, so I can show you straight away. If we do that and buy that for 0, go back into build mode, back to production and generators. So we can place these boats around wherever we want, and that's you're hiring a fisherman to go out onto the water, and that'll earn you revenue. So it's a little bit different to having solar panels or wind turbines. I like that. Cool feature. That's under generators. There was nothing under animals, standard animal pens. Under decoration is where things heat up a bit. There's nothing under fences or lights, but under others, we have got an absolute ton of stuff. Carport, loading dock small, cargo containers, log holders, pallet shelves. I mean, there's so much stuff. Log posts. We've got small piers, decorative boats, little boat ramp, jetty type thing. Motorex flag, poles, construction barriers, pallets, concrete walls, playground, sandbox, ancient steps, catapult. I mean, there's loads, tons and tons of decorative objects in here put in by the map maker to make things a little bit more interesting. If we then go to landscaping, there's a few extra painting textures thrown in, and under trees quite a lot. There was nothing under plants, but under trees, if we scroll across, we have got quite a lot of extra trees thrown in. When I say extra trees, they're probably just modded, just tweaked a little bit to make them specific to this map. Okay, continuing. Let's open the map up again at the bottom. There we go. So as we come up back away from the dock, we've got the spinnery just there. Just around the side of the spinnery, we have got a forklift truck there. No, that's not a ramp up there. That's deceiving. That caught me as well. Forklift truck, that's here at the spinnery. That can be used, well, wherever you want to. You can use it at the vehicle shop, you can use it for the spinnery. But that is available for use, should you wish to do so. You don't own it, it's not leased by you, but it's there. That's a loading ramp. That's not to get up to the next level. My eyesight must be getting terrible. I've lost my glasses, I can't find them. I don't know where I've put them. I'm going to have to hunt for them. Vehicle shop. with workshop trigger just here. This is also the reset point on the map, and we have got around the map, we've got 3 of these. This is a bulk buying station, so like a multi-fruit buying station. So rather than having line points, you've got these, and you can buy anything, any product in the game, pretty much. I think any product. It's so bulk buying station. There are 3 of these around the map. From here, it was round the side here to the animal dealer. Animal dealer is just there for purchasing or selling of animals. If you don't want to do it directly at your animal pens. Then we come round to here. The sell point here is, I'm just trying to think which one it was. We've got animal dealer to the north of it. This is exports sell point. We've then got another bulk buying station just here, and then we've got the animal dealer sell point, which is here, which is like your bale sell point. We often get those with animal dealers as well. So from here we're going to head south, across this causeway, towards the farm. The map feels very big as well. I like the fact it's not overly cluttered, and you've got a lot of placeable points for putting in what you want to. There's a lot of forested areas, but again, they're not heavily forested. There's your harvester you start with on New Farmer. I'll say that now. And then we come to the little main farm area, which is just here. If I swing around onto the grass. So this is your start farm on New Farmer. We've got our 3 door shed, grasswork equipment here with our tedder, our windrower, and our forage wagon. And we do have a little pallet of mineral feed there. The silo, 850,000 litre multi-fruit with a trailer. We do also have a lorry and trailer there. If we come around the side, we've got pallet racking, jet wash, sleep trigger is just here. Come over here, we have got a fuel tank. There's 2,000 litres in that of a potential 5,000. We've got a doghouse. The dog is called Nemo, which I think is a nice touch. Spoiler alert, there are 20 collectibles. They are cartridges. They are worth 50 grand each. I'm going to feed Nemo. I'm not sure where the dog was because I didn't see it when I did my... oh, there we go. Where'd that come from? Does it sit on top there the whole time? Start equipment there as well. So subsoiler, seeder. We have got our fertiliser spreader. We do start with some bags of seed. We do start with some fertiliser, bag handler as well. Weight on the front of the fence. So slot count then. New Farmer is 1,405. On Farm Management Start from Scratch it's 980. You only start with the pickup. You don't start with any of the other vehicles or machinery. You only start with the pickup. Plus this farm here and the other bit of the farm, which is just over there, there are no buildings at all. Both these plots are completely empty. So if you want the start machinery and you want the start buildings, you want to be on here on New Farmer. If you want to just to be able to build whatever you want, I mean, you can still do New Farmer. You can demolish them because you own them and you own the land they're on. We can demolish these buildings if we want to, and you can just take out certain parts of it and put new parts in if you want. But just to warn you that on Farm Management Start from Scratch, none of the buildings are there, and the only vehicle you start with is this pickup. Like I said, a lot of the vehicles and machinery are in various states of repair or disrepair. So we'll swing down here to the second part of the farm. It's just split over still, but you can see the 2 greenhouses there. That's a little plot that is part of the farm when you buy the land. But again, Farm Management Start from Scratch, those buildings aren't here. Bale storage here. We do already have 28 bales in here. We've got straw bales and silage bales of a potential 250. We've got a silage clamp just here. We've got manure in the manure heap. So on New Farm, you do start with a few bits to sort of get you going. We've got some manure in the manure heap. Our cows, we have a mixture here, as you can see, Limousin, Holstein, Angus of different ages. We've got Swiss as well. 14 out of a potential 80. I think there's 2 of each of those different ages. So 14 out of a potential 80. The slurry store with the slurry spread over here does have slurry in it as well. We've got 28,000 litres of slurry in there. We have a water point down here with a water tanker as well, little water tanker. And we have a little jetty there as well. That's the thing as well, I need boats. I must admit, this does have in places a little feel of Spectacle Island about it. And that was something Jim did so well on Spectacle, having the little ferry and stuff on there. I mean, that was just mind-blowing. That'd be something cool. Feed mixer, just there. And then we've got the tractor with front loader. And we've got on the back of the trailer, we've got some more pallets here of mineral feed. And we've got our telehandler being delivered, as you can see. Yeah, damage 50%. That should be brand new, I think, if that's being delivered. That one damaged 50%, yeah. So your vehicles and machinery are going to need a little bit of love. From here, I'm going to swing round. I'm trying to remember the route I took to take it all in. And this is what I said about Spectacle. These little markers on the little causeways, so when the water level rises you can see where you're supposed to be going. That's got a real Spectacle vibe to it. I like that. So the greenhouses just here, like I said, 2 of on New Farmer, but not farm management start from scratch. And they will be requiring water, seed, manure, liquid fertiliser, and lime. If you look at the recipe, it requires all of them. Some of them you require water, seed and manure, some of them water, seed and liquid fertiliser. This requires all of them anyway. So that might not be your jam if you just want to run regular greenhouses. You can. Those can be sold if you don't want to keep hold of them. That's entirely up to you. So I'm going to cut across the top of this field here. We are heading west. You can see down the map bottom left. Now not all the causeways are marked, but it's fairly straightforward to work out where you need to go. You can kind of see to your sides where you need to go. Right, crossing over there. We've got down to our left there, carpentry. That is a standard carpentry. Wood in or planks in, furniture out. I'm coming down here because this plot of land can be purchased, and what I like as well with this is it gives the impression that logging has already been done, because you've got more to do here. And this is a bit of sort of swamp wetland logging, but you've got these big piles of wood chips. So if you buy this plot of land, you have got access to wood chip already. You can come down here and just scoop the stuff up. It's like, you know, where all the forestry's been done, the wood chips have been left, and you just come and get it. Again, nice little touch. Back across. I know the signs say stop, and I don't always stop, and I know some people write letters, and, you know, don't worry, it's just a map tour, it's fine. There's no traffic, I'm keeping an eye out. Honest governor. Sawmill just here, and as I said, this is a standard sawmill. So wood in, planks out. I always say pallets. Planks out with wood chip as a byproduct. That's all down here. We've got another bulk point down here, so bulk purchasing point just there. That's the third one, isn't it? And then around the back here we've got sale of wood and containers. Now the sale of wood and containers, I'm pretty sure the price is a little bit better there for lumber. If you go into the prices menu, again, if you're not sure where things sell or what the prices are, just jump into the prices menu. You can find whatever you need. If you're looking for a sell point, that's another way of doing it. From here we need to go, I'm going to cut across here, I think. So we're heading south, and when I said about the mesas, we're going to drive past those. There are a few tracks. This one here runs across the front there, and it's not without its dangers. That's all I will say. As Tom Pemberton always says, danger never takes a day off. So over to our right we've got these mesas. One or two of them have got placeable points on, the others have got fields on. Again, it's just a different, it kind of breaks up the landscape a little bit. Something a bit I know I keep saying that, something a bit different, but it is. That's what really stood out to me on this one, is it really stands out. That road leads up between what I said, those two large forestry areas, but if you go up the top, it's not thick forestry, and it's nice and flat on the top there. So for opening that up for fields or grassland or pastures or production chains, whatever you want, wouldn't actually be too difficult. And to be fair, you could probably fit production chains and stuff in between the trees if you wanted to. Continuing, we're going to take this track here, which is the Stone Mine Road. And certain bits as you drive through, not only have we got water, but you've got rock underneath it as well, so it's a bit more, again, a bit more treacherous. I'm trying not to drive too deep. Now it's interesting we're getting that flickering on the water, because I didn't get that earlier when I drove round earlier. I didn't get that. Anyway, continuing. Next nice touch coming up. We've got the stone mine. If you purchase this plot of land, you have actually got a mine. I'm going to stop there because we need to go up there. I love the fact there's a tent in the water. It's like someone's decided I'm going to camp down here tonight and the water level's risen, had a heavy rain, got slightly washed out. But yeah, come under here. Again, spoiler alert, you might want to look away. But if you purchase this, there's loads of stone that could be collected and taken out of the mine. This runs right the way through, so if you clear this out, you can have this to drive through, bring your vehicles in and out. So if you want to do a bit of quarrying, mining, it just, I know I always say this for mod reviews, and map tours is the same thing. Not that maps get very samey, but it's always nice to get something different, to give you more options for playing and play style. Because people often message me and say, oh, what's a good forestry map? What's a good map for this? What's a good map for? Because some people do like the quarries and the quarrying and the line work and that kind of stuff. What's a good map for that? When you get a map that's got a bit of everything and you've got the option, you don't have to do it, it's on here. But it's also done in a nice way, not like, here's a big pile of stone, you can go and take that if you want. That's just clever. It's just a nice little, you know, I think it is anyway, you might not, but everyone is entitled to their opinion. As you can see, it goes on quite a long way. Now, the other thing I was going to point out, we throw the drone up on the top here, on the peak. We've got a lovely little church up the top here. Just something to come up and visit. Seems to be a lot of harvesters sort of left laying around. That's up on the top there. So, onwards. It's a bit bumpy in places. Now there may be more cartridges in there. I haven't been in, I don't know. I've only found that one. I'm just saying there might be. But that's not me being kind of, oh, have a look. There might be. I don't know. There might be. So what we're going to do now is turn up this track, and these are marked on the map and they are colour coordinated. So we go this way. Next cool feature coming up. I might even put it on the thumbnail. I haven't done the thumbnail yet, but I might even put it on the thumbnail. Up the top of this hill, and again, loads of open land. If you want to challenge yourself and have some hilly farm work, you can clear the trees, put some farmland in, or you could even do your fields in between the trees, do some agroforestry. If we turn up here, we come to, this is an abandoned monster truck park. These can be moved. And this is going to require a bit of love. It requires a bit of attention. So if you buy the plot of land, there are trees and things dotted around. There's fallen trees. It just needs a bit of TLC. A bit of clearing and tidying here and there. Like I say, trees across the car park here as well. This is where we got the shipping container workshop. That's a bit worrying. And then we've got a gas station, gas point just here, which can be filled. Around the back here we've got a course that runs up round the back. This is why the time is 9:47. I didn't start at the start time it offers you, with trees that need to be cleared. I'm going to throw the drone up here because I haven't got a vehicle for driving through this, but clear this all out, do a bit of tidying here and there, and you've got yourself a nice monster truck park. So that track runs up around the back here. So we'll whiz up here, and this goes all the way up, all the way up. We're in the darkness here, so we can take a turning there, which is the route you're supposed to go. When you get to here, you've got this. Look at that. Up and down that. So you've got the track there with logs, and you've got the down. Now, big monster trucks won't get through these shipping containers. That's for your smaller vehicles, so your sort of Land Rover, Santanas, those kind of things. But this track continues on. And again, we're going to require a bit of tidying, because when you get to the end here, you've got this big sweep round. And you've got a huge jump here. But this side of the jump, you've got a tree down. So you're going to have to take that tree and cut that up. But you've got a massive jump out there, which is really cool. But if we go back down that steep bit, which was all over here, down to the actual track down here, this is just, I mean, the track runs around whichever way around you want to go on it. These bumps and jumps, I mean, there's a few motorbikes, and even the BMX I think would be quite cool around this. So a few different routes you can take with various different obstacles to get over. And again, it might not be your thing. You might be like, that's not got anything to do with farming. I guarantee, if you live in the US, there are a lot of farmers that go to monster truck events. Farming, owning of vehicles, big pickups, monster trucks, tractor pulling, they all go hand in hand. And I think it's really cool. If you come up onto this top section here, you've then got all of these jumps, or just drive over them. Depends on what monster truck you're using. And these are a bit challenging, some of them. I mean, that one's not too bad for getting up behind one of the trees, but that one. Anyway, yeah, monster truck course. I just love it. I think that's brilliant. And the attention to detail and the time taken to do that is great, absolutely great. So that's your monster truck course. So if you want to add that into your storyline, the local farm community wants something to do in their spare time, when they have spare time. Building monster trucks in their barns and that kind of stuff. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it, actually? And again, if that's not your thing, if you're watching this now and you're getting all angry and irate and you want to put into the comments, it's not farming, it's not. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to go up there. You can use the land, you can do your farming to your heart's content. Absolutely go for it. You don't have to do the monster truck thing. So, the bakery and the cereal factory are just here. Now, as I said, these are the ones that are going to require extra things. So not extra products, but extra things required. So bread and cake is still what you're making, but if you look at the recipe for bread, not just flour. Flour, water, oil and eggs, which I suppose is more realistic than just flour. I guess that's kind of the thing, isn't it? And the cake then, I mean, it depends what sort of cake you're making. I suppose Black Forest Gatto maybe? I'm just thinking of all the things that's got in it. So flour and water and oil, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries and chocolate. Quite a lot of stuff required. Adds a bit of a challenge. Then the cereal factory across the way, same thing, you're just making cereal, but you are going to require a few extra ingredients. There we go. Honey, raisins, oat, corn, sugar, strawberry chocolate and water for the making of cereals. Carrying on. We are going to have to come back across here in a little while because unfortunately, I suppose this is one of those ones where you can test out some of the bridges. There are plenty of bridge mods out there, and I guess there's going to be spans and bits where people think, actually I don't want to drive all the way around. So we're coming to the mill, production chain, standard mill, standard crops in, flour out. This is your mill. From here, just realised I haven't got enough money left. I'm going to have to, even getting those two cartridges, I'll have to borrow some from the bank. I only need a little bit for the biogas plant. So we drive across this island here. We do have the other side of the waterway just there. There's another water point there. There are a few knocking around. And then we come round to here. To our left we've got the dairy. Again, that's a standard one. And then we've got the biogas plant. Now the biogas plant is one of those plots where, if we come to the map, I will show you where we've been. I haven't done that yet, have we? We started at the top here, went around all of these. We came across here to the main farm here, past the greenhouses, across the top there, out there, carpentry and the wood chip piles. Then we came out here to the sawmill, bulk buying point and wooden container cell. We came across there, past the mesas, went up there and had a quick look at that. Then we came along there. Now that's the track that took us out to the stone mine. So that's the stone mine road with the bypass around it. We then came up here to the monster truck course, back down there to our bakery and cereal factory. We did the mill. That building there is part of the mill. We came across here and we're now here. So if you look at these plots of land can all be purchased, as you can see there, with a nice big placeables point on that one as well. So if you want to set up a separate farm, you absolutely can. But this plot here can't be purchased. This is what's got the biogas plant on. So on some maps you can buy the land and then the biogas plant. If you buy the biogas plant, you get the land, vice versa. This one you have to buy the biogas plant to get the land. It's not very expensive. I think it's 150 grand. So I'm just going to put some money in. Bear with me a second. There we go. So 150,000. Biogas plant is fairly standard. As for crops or materials, products in and digestate out. And if we go back to the map, you will now see up and click on that. We now own the land that it's on as well. 2 silage clamps. Actually, I'm just trying to think. I didn't check those. Can they be sold? They can't. Okay, so they're kind of fixed in place. I was just thinking, if you own the land, I suppose you've got a bit of space here. You might want to put something on here. There are plenty of production chains, small productions. Various different silos, so you can have, if you wanted to keep this as producing silage, there are lots of fermenting silos and stuff. So if you wanted your biogas stuff all in one place, you could, by owning the land. We are going to whiz, actually no, we don't need to whiz back across the top. I went right the way around the top of there to get to that. That's just a water point, so I've got another water tank there on the water side of production point there. We need to head back around to the bottom. No, where do we need to go? Oh, over here, because then we need to head out and up here to this selection. So I need to go back across, straight across there. Yeah, just amending my route from when I did the test drive. Back across the little causeway here, past the bakery and the cereal factory. If we turn left here, we're now on the eastern side of the map, following this track that runs right up the eastern side of the map, which takes us up to the hotel on the hill with stunning views of the surrounding area. Now this one up here, when we get up here, there's a firewood sale point, so it's for the hotel for supplying firewood. To make this trek up here, bring in lumber up here, firewood up here, the actual payment is a little bit higher than the other sell points around the map, so it's well worth the trek up here. Although, depending on what you're hauling with, it's not going to be as straightforward. I'm in a pickup with nothing in it, but if you're hauling a trailer full of logs, depending on the horsepower you're running, so all the way up here, quite a steep ascent. So there we go. Firewood sell point for the hotel. Oil mill just over there, again standard production, oil mill there. Come round the front, we've got the hotel sell point, which is just here. I mean, that's just we're a long way up. If this was real life, I would have collapsed by now. My knees would have gone. I am terrible with heights. Terrible with heights. Can't even go up a ladder. From here, round the corner, we've got the great processing unit just there. Again, standard production. It's only the bakery and the cereal factory that have been adjusted on this one. And then this road here, across the top of the map, heading west again, takes us all the way back down. If we look here, all the way back down to the main town port, I guess, where we started just there on the causeway. I think I've got everything. I'm just looking at my notes. I think I've covered the lot. That's the map. That's the Forgotten Isles by MapsByMako. Like I said, I like it. It's different. It's quirky. It's got a lot of scope for making it what you want as well. You can do whatever you like. I mean, a lot of maps are like that. I like the added features. I like the things thrown in. They're in there if you want to use them, but you don't have to, which is good. I like that a lot. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.